This is a 2-foot long LED high bay light. It has a switch, so when you install it, you can pick, how many watts do you want it to draw, 100, 120, or 150. So for example, if you're mounting it near a wall, you might do less light. If it's in the center, you could put more light. It's universal input, so it'll go from 120 all the way up to 277, so for 3-phase power buildings, 50, 60 hertz. I was sent this to review for free. If you wanted to purchase it, it would cost you about $50. They haven't paid me for the review, and my opinions remain my own. So here's the light. You can see it has 2 different lighting fixtures and kind of a metal center place with some of the electronics. There is a switch right up here, and it's 150, 120, or 100 watts. And this light does support 10-volt dimming, so it won't work with a standard household dimmer that changes the power. It has a separate line for 0 to 10 volts to dim the light through the LED controller. Now you have a little bag of hardware that comes with it. And so they include some wire nuts for hooking up power. You have 2 of these hanging hooks that go through these holes here, like so. And then you have 2 of these tubes for hanging it up to hooks or whatever you have to hook it to. Alright, so the wiring's all behind the panel here. We have line, neutral, and ground. And then over here you have your 0 to 10 volt dimming control. These are low voltage lines. They're separate from the AC power lines. So if you have a 0 to 10 volt dimmer, the purple line goes to the dim plus and the kind of pinkish salmon line goes to the dim minus. If you're not using a dimmer, you need to make sure this thing's capped so it doesn't accidentally get drawn down below 10 volts. So I've taken the cover off so you can look at the driver board here. Most of it is hidden underneath this potting compound. There's a little control board here for the watt, 100, 120, and 50 watt. And then these wires go out to the LEDs on either side. And the actual driver is here. You see that the line goes in that side, and then the control signals come in this side. But it's all potted underneath this kind of silicone structure here. Now for wiring, there's 2 holes here, so you can break either one of those out and take a flexible conduit and hook it up to that. So if you have a 100K potentiometer, you can take the covers off the pink and purple wire and attach one to the center and one to one of these outer edges, and then you can use this guy to dim the dimmer inside the circuit. So this is the kind of 0 volt super dim setting. So there's light coming from the LEDs, so you're never going to accidentally work on this thing thinking it doesn't have power. When you actually turn off the power, it goes down like that. So this is the dimmest it can get, but that's pretty darn dim, and then it can get super bright. At the highest power setting, it's drawing 124 watts. If I dim it down, we can definitely do less than that. So this is absolute lowest dim. The lights are just barely illuminated here. It's taking less than a watt, but the lights show, hey, this unit's still getting power. But it's basically not using any real power here. And so we can go all the way from 0 watts up to 125 watts. Now I did have to install that dimmer myself. That did not come with the light. Now at the mid-power setting, the maximum's like 53 watts. So I was expecting 150, 120, and 100, and it looks like we've got 125, 53, and at the lowest power setting it's 49. So there's essentially no difference between the lowest power setting and the middle power setting. And the high power setting is still only 125 watts. So it's not hitting that 150 watt specification. So I have it mounted up here, and when you turn it on, it's pretty bright. So this is drawing 125 watts of power right here. That's kind of full brightness. Now I've installed a dimmer so that I can dim it down a bit if I want to. So if you install a 100K dimmer potentiometer, you can basically adjust it from full on to practically off. The lights still have a slight dim glow, just so you're aware there's power coming to the unit, so you don't try to work on it with, thinking there's no power on it. But it's essentially like a night light at that point. So this is sold as a high bay light, and I'm using it as a kind of overhead workshop light, which means it's a lot closer to the ground than it's kind of intended to be for its normal mounting purposes. So having the ability to hook in a potentiometer to that dimming circuit and dim it to the level I want it is very nice. Now, it doesn't come with a dimming potentiometer built in. You have to install one yourself, but the fact that the circuitry supports it is nice.